Okay. Hello, everyone. So, welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Akshatha, currently Assistant Professor in Infectious Diseases at KMC Manipal. So, I welcome you all for today's webinar, that is Making Thesis or Research Easy. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Before we start, there are a few housekeeping rules. I request all of you to please mute yourself. And in case of any queries or any comments, please feel free to put it in the chat box. So the aim is to have a 30-minute of talk followed by approximately 20 minutes of Q&A. So we will do our best to address all your questions as possible. So without any further ado, let's get started. So it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Deepak sir. Deepak sir was my uh, uh, guide and mentor at AIMS Jodhpur. Sir is Associate Professor in Infectious Diseases in the Department of Medicine, Division of Infectious Diseases, AIMS Jodhpur. He has extensive experience in supervising clinical research, guiding postgraduates from thesis design statistics, making lives easier for the PGs as well as DMID residents. So, Sir will walk us through the practical step-by-step approach to simplify the thesis and clinical research, and will also introduce to the software Sir is working on, that is EaseMyResearch. Over to you, Sir.
Thank you, Akshatha. Thank you for your all kind words and for this webinar. So, without further delay, we'll start our webinar. So, so very brief concept I want to give that how we can make our thesis or clinical research, especially for the resident as well as the early career researcher to their clinical research. So, as we started our topic selection, this is our thought in the mind that yes, my topic is excellent, and I think at the end I would be going to get the Nobel Prize. But what actually happened at the end, at the last date of thesis, everyone is just to in the way that how they can submit the thesis, they can end this work. So I think this is the normal process for most of the resident as well as early care research. So this is the question I used to ask all of my residents. Can you describe your thesis in 3 minutes? If you can describe your thesis or your clinical project in a 3 minute, then you will not going to be trouble in the whole project. So this is the regular process that all the resident, all the early career research are following. They are taking a topic which is usually always a good topic based on the clinical problems and their experiences. But after that, they directly started the unstructured data collection. And after that, all the data collection with the on the first they collected the data in offline in the written format, then they used to put everything into the Excel, and all this process will take around 2 years. And what at the end they used to make 30-40 tables, lot of results tables with try to avoid all the statistical analysis, because the clinicians are always or the medical researchers are always poor in the statistical analysis. They try to take the help of statistician also and try to make this is the at the end that uh, uh, decision most of the publication that got rejected, and the common uh, the causes are data presentation lacks clarity, tables are confusing, and there is no clear cut or correct statistical analysis has been done. I think it is a common situation for all the at least medical doctors because they are not doing research regularly. But what I want to convey today that after topic selection, you just have to make the dummy outcome table based on your primary and secondary outcome and collect the data only which is required for the outcome tables. And you will definitely get a best publication ready table with the statistical analysis. And I'll show how the new tool, the EaseMyResearch, which help you to generate uh, your idea into the publication and you will not get rejection. So we'll start to understand with the example. So this is one of the thesis topic we did at AIMS Jodhpur for DM infectious disease, that impact of infectious disease consultation on 30 days mortality in Staph aureus bacteremia. So what we suggest when you get your thesis topic or clinical research project, try to break down your research question into the PICOT. It is very, very important to understand your PICOT. If you are not able to understand your PICOT, if you are not able to break down your topic into PICOT, then you have to change your topic. So PICOT for our topic is population. We used to take a patient with Staph aureus bacteremia. Our intervention was infectious disease consultation. Our comparison was patient who did not get the infectious disease consultation. And our outcome was all cause 30 days mortality. So we have to understand here very importantly for the same population, intervention and comparator, we can have a different outcome. So the outcome could be appropriate selection of antibiotic. The outcome could be three month mortality. The outcome could be 6 month mortality. The outcome could be just clinical cure. The outcome could be the safety profile of the drugs which is using by infectious disease consultation. So it is very important to understand our outcome for our thesis or project. If you can able to understand our outcome, our life will be easy for further. So first we have to break down our topic, clinical research topic or thesis, into PICOT. If you can able to break down the PICOT, what the next step, what we have to understand what is the infectious disease consultation. So it is not an it is in common way that in which intervention you going to be do, you have to understand carefully. So this is the process of infectious disease consultation. So I will not going to detail of this, but if you can able to understand the PICOT, what you have to do, you have to make the dummy table. So this is the primary outcome. Our outcome was comparison of the 30 days mortality between the infectious disease consultation versus no infectious disease consultation. And this was the result. And mostly we are making the result like this based on the outcome. But even making of this result, we are getting the rejection as well as the some correction. Why? This is very important. The second thing, after understanding the PICOT, we must understand the confounders. And confounders are the factor which can affect our outcome. So I have said that in PICOT, we have to understand population, intervention, and comparator. But understanding of outcome is very, very important. And we have to take all the confounders in the data collection which will going to affect our outcome, like mortality. No, infectious disease consultation is not only one thing which going to be impact the outcome. There are n number of factors that can affect the mortality, like age, gender, comorbidities, Pitt's bacteremia score, hospital acquired versus community acquired infection, ICU versus ward, MRSA versus MSSA, and primary versus secondary source. So if our final outcome table not having these confounders, our thesis or our project will going to be in the trouble. So what we can do, we have to make the dummy table based on your outcome, and these dummy table must have all the confounders which going to affect our outcome. So What tables we have to make? We have to make the tables of demographic and baselines and confounders, tables based on primary outcomes, and tables based on if you have some secondary outcome, you should take the tables from secondary outcome. And this demographic and comparison or confounder table and primary outcome table, the final result must be the adjusted analysis for our outcome, which one of the our primary outcome with the confounders. So the adjusted analysis of all the factors must be done. I think it is not difficult that these three lines we have to remember when we are selecting any clinical project or clinical research or thesis topic. We must know our picot very clearly. Then we must know the confounders which going to impact our outcome. So outcome could be different for same population, intervention and comparator. So confounder should be selected based on the outcome, and you have to make the outcome table, dummy outcome table, and make your data collection form based on your outcome table. So you will have all the data which is required for your project. For example, in this project we do not require the data of CT scan, for example, may or may not be. So we need not to be take the data for the CT scan. Sometimes we used to collect the CBC, KFT, LFT, everything from the patient. But in the outcome table, if these factors are not coming, we are just wasting our time, and we are not able to collect the confounders data. Then like SOFA score is an important confounders. If we are not going to collect the SOFA score in a patient's of mortality with infection, our paper will going to be reject, or our data will going to be a poorly represented. So I will come again to this flow diagram that after selection of topic, we have to understand everything in the PICOT. After the understanding of PICOT, we have to make the outcome table based on our confounder, which is going to affect the outcome. And everything everything you have sees this table, all these tables, if you can see, all these table has the p values component. All these table has the p values component, and this is the most difficult part for the our doctors, that we are very not very friendly with the statical portion. So this software will going to help. So I will show you how this software is going to help. And these are all tests, and there are some more tests. The software will going to automatically apply all these tests. But the most important thing for the clinician or the researcher or the medical doctor, that they must understand the outcome table, which is very important. An outcome table must be based on your primary, secondary outcome and the confounders which going to affect your outcome. And after that, we can use this software. So I'll show you again, sorry. So I'll come again. So Aksha, can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So this is the software. You can see this is the software. The name of software is EaseMyResearch. Okay. So EaseMyResearch software is based on the concept which I have shown you. Know your PICOT, know your confounder, know your outcome table. So if you go to the dashboard, it has 5 component, that is my case record form, create the case record form, my records, statical table, and the graphs. So what I have said, make your case record or collect data collection form based on your outcome table. Okay. So I'll come to that. I will directly show you outcome table first. So this is the way you can make the outcome tables. For example, this is one of the research we want to do, like neutrophilic lymphocytic ratio versus disease severity in patients of pulmonary TB. So we can create outcome table in this software. I will click to the create. It will show a table which is final outcome table we used to show. Like if you want to compare, for example, uh, our our outcome for this is disease severity. So you can see that disease severity could be mild, I can add more component. It could be moderate, it could be severe. So this is my first outcome table. I want to compare with the age. I can add n number of rows. I want to compare with the male gender. I want to compare disease severity between the age groups. For example, more than 50. I want to compare the disease severity with the hemoglobin. I want to compare the disease severity between the, for example, these are my confounder for an NLR, high NLR. So I have to select all the component here, and this is the disease severity component, and I just name the table is disease severity. Okay, and just I have to click on save table. So what this software will do, you can see it will automatically compare the age of mild, moderate, and severe. Our age is a number which is normally distributed. So software automatically detect it, and it will show your data in mean plus standard deviation. Because there are three groups, so it will automatically calculate the p-value, and this is one-way ANOVA test. So it automatically calculated the p-value. For example, gender is a numeric, the category number. So it uh, taken the number, and it automatically calculate the p-value based on the chi-square test, as well as it will also give rise to the odds ratio and 95% confidence interval and everything in the clear words. So you can see the disease severity has odds ratio of 3. So it will give rise you all the results very clearly. You can see based on the type of data, it will took all the data from based on our CRF. So this is the one of the outcome table. I just have save this outcome table, and this outcome table will be always available. So you can see this outcome table we have made. So this outcome table is always available, and where this data is coming, the data is coming from the CRF. So what I have said, make your CRF based on your outcome table. You can create the CRF. There's highly customizable CRF option. You can add inclusion exclusion form and or your complete CRF. This has many components, so you can make your CRF based on your requirement. And there are some predefined format also. Like if you want to take the culture report, you just have to click it. You will get the culture report CRF in the CRF. You want to use the CBC, you just have to click it. You can use the CBC, or you can upload the file. You can take the picture, you can take the answer in yes or no, you can take the numericals, and by the mobile you can collect your data. So you can create your CRF. So I already have created the CRF for that particular neutrophilic lymphocytic ratio disease severity. So this is the CRF which I have created. It will take around not more than 10-15 minutes to create my CRF. So based on this CRF, so my CRF is based on the outcome table. So I can generate these outcome table upfront, and by adding the data, it will automatically give rise all the statistical result. If you want to do any type of statistical test, multivariate, univariate, logistic regression, survival analysis, ROC, every type of analysis this software can do, but everything is based on outcome table. So you have to understand your outcome table, which is going to be represent outcome table. I can say it is a 3D of your thesis, 3D map of your thesis. And along with this, you can make your graphs, and it will automatically generate the graph based on the data. For example, if you want to compare the age and the for example, hemoglobin. So it will automatically give us the scattered plot. If this is the category, it will give rise to the box and whisker plot. If both are the category, it will give rise to the bar graph. So again, based on the data, this software will going to generate the statistical analysis, and we just only understand the outcome table. So what I said, we must know our picot confounder, and we have to make the outcome table upfront. If we can able to make the outcome table, I think our life will going to be very easy for the thesis, for the our project, for the any clinical research. So this is a brief about this software which I have explained you. uh, Akshata, thank you. So we are ready to take any question.
Thank you, sir. I think it is going to ease the research in lot of, at least the various residents who are burdened with this thesis. You have explained, I mean, I think I've never had anyone explain thesis, how to go about the thesis in such simple words, sir. Uh, are there any questions anyone would like to ask? Anything? Let me check the chat box, sir. Anyone would like to comment or ask about the software or about anything related to thesis, etc.? Anyone? So, sir, like you have mentioned, it is very simple. I mean, if we know the outcome table, so as as I was seeing the software, there were a lot of CRFs which were preloaded. So, can they use the same thing, or can they create their own CRF as well?
Yes, Akshata. So we have made some components of CRF, so it will be easier to making the CRF. You can make your own CRF, all the component, all the type of data, if you are paired data, unpaired data, category, numerical, every type of CRF can be made. And the making of CRF is in such a way that you can have your analysis in a second. And what I have shown that you can download your outcome table directly and you can use. So I'll show you again. So I'm not able to show. So you can see now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So these are the outcome table which we have made. We just have to download and we can use this outcome table directly in our thesis, which include, and because most of the time we are in a high confusion that which test we want to use. If data is skewed, the one-way ANOVA will not going to help you. The Kruskal Willis test must be done. So the software will automatically give rise, and it will also show you that this test has been used and why this test been used. So it will also help you to ease out that or understanding your thesis also. And by CRF, you can make your any type of CRF in this in CRF option. So you can make inclusion exclusion form also. So there are inclusion exclusion criteria. This is highly customizable. You can add n number of question, you can copy n number of question, you can add n number of thing, checkbox or file, drop down, tables, headings, you can do anything.
Thank you, sir. And how can the residents get this, sir? Like, how do they get? What are the options available for them
So
to
they have to
subscribe?
go to the visit to the website. This is www.easeMyResearch.com, and they can create their account, and it has some freemium version. I would suggest everyone to use the freemium version. They can make your CRF and they can start their data collection there. And if you have the query, the book the booking of slot has been given. So if any ever have query not able to understand, if they want to understand their pie code, their outcome table, if they are not able to understand the confounder, so our team can help them to understand all these things also.
Good evening, sir. Can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, good evening. Yes.
Sir, I am Dr. Smriti Lata. I am consultant from Ashwini Hospital, Cuttack, Odisha. Sir, I want to tell that this is a paid software or it is a free software?
Ma'am,
Is my
it has some free version also and some paid version also, because the problem with the data security is very, very important. So the technology team which have developed, they have a very taken a excellent security system. So they have to pay for that security.
okay, sir. Sir,
The
another thing I want to ask. You told to follow PICUT.
Yeah.
In any research, we have to have one comparator, no, sir. C for comparator.
Then it will be a good research if we do not taking the comparative, like your clinicians usually take the cases only. And what I have discussed with many of residents, they say sir hum aisa we will try to take that with in which we there's a lower number of statistical analysis. Then they try to include the thesis in which the lower number of statistical analysis. But if you want to do a good research, we must follow the PICOT. If you see any type of good paper publishing in any GM or any good journal, they are always following the PICOT.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Anyone else? Any queries? Any question?
If you have any query in the website, they can book a demo, so they can have a more detail. So our primary motto is to sort out the problem of the resident and the early career researcher who used to do the clinical research, but at the end, even after collecting the data, they ends with the almost in 70-80% time they are not able to progress to the publication. The major hurdle, I can say, the statistical analysis is one of the major hurdle which this software will going to solve the problem.
What are the subscription models which is available? So like if you want to tell about
So
that.
1 year, they have 1 year and 3 year subscription model. 1 year is around 5 to 6,000, and then 3 year is around 10,000.
I think it is very reasonably priced for the amount of ease people are
And the
going to
data
be.
they have a good data security options also. So your data will always be in the secure and no one can able to use the data. And the statistical analysis headache is absolutely gone.
Yes, sir. Sir, if they want to retrieve the data and for like now, suppose I need to do some other analysis, is it possible, sir?
Yes, so I'll show you, which I'm not showing you. If you want to retrieve the data, your data always available in the my record section. Okay, so in my record section, on one click, you just have to one click, your data will be available in an Excel format. So you can see this Excel, and this is this again, this data is highly quality data. There's no mistake in the data because you have collected one by one data in the software. So you can see there's a, if you can use in any of the software you want to analyze more. So you can download this data and analyze. And you want to have, there are edit option. If you have made some wrong entry, so you can edit from here also. And there are some collaborative research option also. If you want to share, if you want to do study in 5 center, so what you can do, you can share your form here. You can share your form. You can share your form with n number of person. So you for view only or can edit. So they can also add the data. And you also have some screening form. So you can see the here you can see if you are in this form, we do not include any screening form. So they can show if you have seen 100 patient, 40 are found to be screened passed, 60 are found to be screen failed, because screening is very important component of clinical research. So you can also make the screening form, and screening data will also available here. So you can share your form to the n number of your colleague, your junior, your research scientist, so they can collect the data. But the main the analysis and all the edits can be done only by uh, um, the who has main account.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Dr. Neeta.
Sir, I have a doubt. Sir, for
Yes.
this app, if we are like for like multiple studies we are doing at the same point of time, so can we make multiple
Yeah.
CRF forms?
Yes, you can make a n number of CRF forms. So you can have a n number of studies in this form. So how many study you want to do, you can do, no issue. And there are separate CRF will be available. There separate statistical table will be available. So it's very easy to do. You can do.
So the subscription will be the same only for.
Yes. Not, but it's not unlimited because the data storage always require. But yes, you can do 2, 3, 4 studies easily.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So can others also enter, or only the person who has got the subscription can
If
enter?
you can share,
data?
if you can, if I share you, even you do not have a subscription, you can add the data. Only one subscription you can share to n number of persons, so they can add the data.
Yes, sir.
So the main yes.
Sir, this software is only applicable to the clinical research, or now we are going to start the observational study for the HPV, sir, human papilloma virus in hospital-based surveillance study. We are going to start in
Yes.
Andaman Nicobar. So whether is this software is applicable, we can make it the CRF. Now we are in the beginning stage to make a CRF, as well as the means ethical committee, scientific committee we are going to do. So this software is applicable, sir. We can use this software. Shall I make it some membership for this software? Is it applicable to?
Yes. Yes, you can use any type of public health studies. You can use in the clinical studies. You can use in the non-clinical studies also, because the static variables which have taken at any study, it can be used. Many of the PhDs also using this software. Even they are non-medical, they are doing non-medical PhDs, public health PhDs. They are also using the software.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Can
Thanks,
we
sir.
have institutional subscriptions? Like I am Dr. Vadivu from Annapurna Medical College. So can our institutional...
Sir, you're muted, sir. Sir, you're muted.
Yes, sorry. Yes.